Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to a special bye-week edition of the Coach McVay Show presented by Microsoft Surface. I'm JB with D'Marco and the head coach of your Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay. So you send your team and your coaches into the bye week with a meeting this morning. What did you say to your group, and what do you hope to accomplish here while they're away?
Yeah, I think biggest thing, JB, is, get away, get rested, get recharged, refreshed. We're going to get some healthy bodies back from injury, which will definitely be a big boost to the team. And then we'll come back with a singular focus on, improving. We'll have specific plans for each player. What are some of the things that we feel like they're doing well? What are some of the focal points of improvements towards the latter part of towards the second half of the season? And then the same thing in all three phases. And we'll continue to really study ourselves and then look at ways that we can be better. And, we've got to do that. And that's something that we're committed to and want to see it show up.
I think I'm insanely spoiled now. I really am. I am. With like AD and you winning Super Bowls, Matthew Stafford. It seems like this stuff is supposed to be easy. And then I'm reminded it's not. This is professional football. This is tough every single week.
It is. Humility is only a week away. Mm-hmm. And it's very challenging. How you navigate through the different things that a season inevitably presents, on a week-to-week basis is going to be a big factor for, the consistency that we need to have. We've seen that at some points, Demarcus Robinson. I'm thinking about him right now, D'Marco. And so, we haven't done that well enough. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. And ultimately, it's how do we play good football? How do we continue to see these guys develop? And how do we really see that illustrated in these last 8 games of the season? And want to see that show up against a great division opponent coming off of this bye.
D-Rob with his first catch as a Ram.
There you go. That's what I was
D'Marco's still looking for his.
There we go. Throw it to me.
I think this is always your task as the leader of this team, but especially in a bye week, how you balance the wisdom to discern between being open to making changes versus having the fortitude to stay the course and trust your process to play out over the course of 17 games.
Yeah, and I think you just mentioned it perfectly. I mean, it is a good balance, but what we've got to do is let's evaluate the first 9 games. There's always a consistent and constant evaluation going on, but you can really take a step back, evaluate it through a big picture lens, look at what we have in-house, what are some of the different things that we can really try to create competition within our team. I think that eliminates the complacency. I think that brings out the best in everybody, and we want to make sure that everything is earned and nothing is given. And we'll look at all avenues to upgrade. There's a lot of guys that are doing things at a really high level, and then there's some other guys that might earn an opportunity to be able to play more, or we need to really see more from some of those guys, and that'll be clearly communicated, and those will be some of the focal points as we come back from the bye, going into the bonus day next Monday.
Let me pick up on that. Does that include the quarterback position with the extra week? Is there a chance you could add to that room?
There's a possibility. I think we'll look at that. We're really hopeful that we'll get Matthew back, and that'll be tremendous for us. Obviously you see how much he means to our football team, just with the production on the field, but his leadership, and those are the things that we'll look at. All right, whether it's Brett Rippon or is there anybody else? We had Dresser Wynn on the practice squad, and there'll be some different avenues, not exclusive to the quarterback position, that we'll look at and see if that makes sense for our team.
The trick of, I guess, when you lose going into a bye, when we come back, the season starts, we're 0-0. Do you have to do that sort of stuff with your football team, or is it just stay in the now? This is where we are.
I think it is important to be present, but I think every single week, you got to figure out, all right, what do we need? What is the best way to be able to get the most out of this group? And so they're both one and the same, right? Because the only thing that matters is being in the moment and being able to play each game as its own separate entity, and really, for that matter, every single play. And so I want to see us come back, rejuvenated, refreshed, and ready to go and attack another opportunity to get back into the division, and let's see what it looks like. I mean, there's a lot of football left to be played. Obviously, these last couple weeks have been disappointing, but they're over with. And so I'm looking forward to being able to use this next week to really be able to unpack some things and figure out how we can improve and be better, and how we can do a better job coaching-wise to be able to help this group and maximize this group as it relates to the 2023 season.
You just said it there, but I think it bears repeating. It doesn't sound like you're in any position to embrace any other priority besides beating the Seahawks in Week 11 and competing for a victory each Sunday.
I think there's a lot of work that's put in, from our players, from our coaches, and it is geared towards, hey, let's have that improvement. Let's have that standard that we really want to be able to have, and then let's see that unfold in those 3.5 hour windows that you're allotted to go do the damn thing every Sunday or Monday or Thursday, whenever we're playing. And so I think as a competitor, and I know you know this too, JB, that's what we want to be able to see. We're going to try to be able to accomplish and achieve a goal, and there's a process that takes place throughout the course of the week to give yourself the best opportunity to be able to do that. We're committed to that. Like you said, man, we've won a lot of games around here, and I want to see us get used to learning how to consistently win. You got to be able to learn how to maximize and capitalize on those moments that occur within the framework of a game where you seize those chances to play off of one another. And there's been moments where we've done that, and then there's been some other moments that we haven't, and I want to see us be able to consistently do that because that's what the good teams do.
Great to hear your optimism about your quarterback on the other side of the bye. Anything else we should be aware of going into or coming out in terms of Kobe Durant's health? Tyler Higbee, I know you mentioned Rob Havenstein missed again last week.
We're hopeful to get all those guys. I think the bye week will serve them really well. Get them back healthy, ready to go. I expect Rob to be back after the bye, which we've missed him a lot too. That stability and his leadership, his command that he provides on the right side of the offensive line is something that you certainly don't take for granted, but you realize how important he is, especially over the last 2 weeks, the way that we've missed him. But I think Joe has done a good job filling in. Joe's versatility across the board has been something that's a benefit to us. But we'll get those guys back, and then we'll be looking forward to getting Ernest Jones back as well. He should be feeling good. And then hopefully Bobby Brown's window for returning from IR is opened up as well, which that would provide a big boost to the interior parts of the defensive line.
Yeah, the Ernest Jones one caught me off guard. Yeah, I thought he was.
He's been playing. He's such a tough competitor, and and he's had the knee that's limited him a little bit. He wanted to play. He wanted to do everything in his power to be out there. We kind of basically said, let's use this as a chance to be able to gain another week and hopefully get the Ernest that we're accustomed to, because he's a tough stud that elevates a lot of people around him when he's right. And I'm hoping that that'll be the case when we come back against Seattle.
At the midway point, I thought this would be a good opportunity for us just to check in with a lot of the rookie evaluations. Kind of halfway through their first professional season, it looks like your top 3 picks are already entrenched starters. Maybe we just take them in order and start with Steve Avila and what he's kind of meant to your offensive line plugging and playing at that left guard spot.
He's done a great job. Mature beyond his years. I think he's gotten better and better, even something as it relates to his practice habits. And, the ability, the physicality, the toughness. He's got a great game day demeanor. I think the production in both phases. He is going to be a big-time player for us for years to come. We feel like we hit a home run with that one. And I just love the way that he has gotten better. Love the way that he approaches every single day. Ryan Wendell's done a great job of mentoring Steve, but he's a really good player, and he's played a lot of quality snaps for us.
I don't see rookie when I watch him play.
No, you don't.
He doesn't make a lot of rookie mistakes, and he's big as a house.
He is. Yeah. He's strong. He's sturdy. He's productive in both phases. He's got the athleticism to get to the second level. He's done a lot of really good things, and we're so excited for Steve and his future.
We talked about Byron Young last week, but again, he shows up all over your film on defense from the edge position against the Packers.
Thought he had his most complete game yesterday, and I think Joe Caniglio does a great job with that group as a whole, but Byron is just continuing to learn, continuing to grow. A couple of the things that we're asking him to do are a little bit different than what he was doing at Tennessee, and so as he is maturing, as he's accumulating those snaps and gaining that experience, he's using it to his benefit. You can see he's adding to his arsenal as a rusher. He's got elite just pursuit to the football with just the overall athleticism in terms of turn and run agilities, things like that. He's got great toughness at the point of attack, and another guy that I've been super pleased with.
Make sure he gets off the bus first.
Yeah, he's
Good
a stud.
Lord, oh my God. We're still 2 sacks, right?
Yeah.
Where's the other one?
I know.
Yeah. You don't know? It's there. Okay, we'll take it.
The game owed him one from
Good.
somewhere
Take
else.
it. Good.
Early
2
in the
sacks.
schedule. I know how highly we all thought of Greg Gaines, and you talk about Ashawn Robinson, some of the other players that have done it on the interior for you in recent years. And you mentioned Bobby Brown, and his absence is not to be overlooked there.
Yeah.
But what Kobe Turner has done to come in and impact the game at that interior tackle spot, to me, has been really impressive.
It's been really impressive in the versatility, where he can compete in the sub rush. He's obviously played a lot more on the base, playing in the nose position since Bobby's been out. He played 60-plus snaps yesterday, which was by far his heaviest workload. And, just you talk about a conscientious guy. You talk about a smart, instinctual football player. You talk about a guy that plays with a relentless energy and effort every single snap. He's got great concept recognition. He has great screen recognition. He's got great concept recognition as it relates to the blocking pattern and where he fits within the framework of the defensive call. The short space quickness. He can play with some length, based on being able to win the inside hand position. And he is a fun guy to watch, and he's an impressive person. Really, all three of those guys they're great people too. When you get to sit down and talk to them as men and who they are, and watching them continue to mature. And I've been really pleased with those guys, and they are entrenched as starters without a doubt.
That's not easy, man. You're playing nose one snap, and then you got to go out and all-out pass rush as a nickel.
Yeah.
I mean, your cardio's got to be on point.
It is.
And you're playing with Aaron. You got to beat him to the ball.
That's right.
Yeah, nut stuff.
Don't mean to make this a roll call, but do want to drop two more names. Of course, Ethan Evans as a specialist, and then can't overlook Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
Not many teams come away with 5 or more top of the depth chart rookies like it seems like the Rams have, and I know there's more to come. But Puka in particular, what a whirlwind, right? In terms of everything you put on his plate from the spring forward. I think he probably deserves a break as much as anyone, mentally and physically.
He does. He's such a tough competitor. Obviously, the production speaks for itself, but the way that he plays this game, and yesterday, he's pushing through. His knee had been bothering him a little bit based on banging it up against Dallas. He gutted through the week of practice. And you could see he makes a big third down conversion early on in the game and made a couple other plays, but it'll be good for him to be able to get some time to get recovered, rested, rejuvenated, let his body turn over. But the physicality that he plays with, some of the elite production that he's had in crunch time moments, when he's played his best games, usually it's resulted in the W's that we've had. You look at it, and especially 2 of those, with his production that he had against Indianapolis and Seattle, and he's been consistent. He gave us a chance. I thought he was excellent against Pittsburgh, and then each of the last couple weeks, his contributions have been maybe a little quieter on the stat sheet, but they certainly haven't been quiet in terms of his snap in and snap out production with the things that we ask him to do without the ball as well.
Seems like every catch is a record. Is that the way it's going to be now? Every catch for him going forward will be a record.
Tied and surpassed Cooper's catch total
Wow.
from 2017, and if he plays a few more games, he's going to blow past the yardage record for a Rams rookie.
Did he already do that?
Well.
That's
62
awesome.
and 63 yesterday.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Like every catch is a record. I just love how physical he is and how he finishes plays.
Yeah, he's a tough. Yeah, that was I don't know. He's so physical. Sometimes it can be misunderstood in terms of what it looks like when he's separating.
Oh, that one. Yeah, we won't talk about that either. Yeah.
Anyone else from the rookie class like knocking on the door that maybe comes back, from the break with a chance to break into the rotation? Anyone that you're anxious to see?
I think Trey Tomlinson has done a really good job as a special teams contributor. I think he's been excellent as a gunner and on the vice, and he's played some snaps defensively. He's a guy that has a lot of upside. We're hoping to maybe at some point get Jason Taylor off of IR, who is a big physical safety for us out of Oklahoma State. He does some really good things, and he can be a guy that can contribute on special teams. There's a lot of different things that he can do, but those are the guys that stand out. And then Zach Evans is another guy that I'm intrigued to see if he gets an opportunity to get some carries towards the second half of the season. He's gotten better and better at practice, and then see if he gets an opportunity to get out there. Davis Allen, you're starting to see play more snaps, on the tight end position, and so we'll continue to look at it. But it seems like we got a lot of guys that are just right on the precipice of potentially being able to contribute for us.
Yeah, after November, ain't no rookies no more, man.
That's right.
You're a pro. You know what it is now. Just rest up, get ready to go. Yeah. Trey Tomlinson, the guy is just bubbling over with confidence. I cannot wait until he gets extended run out there just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I just love the way he plays football.
I agree. He's got it. He's got a nice demeanor about himself, just a good confidence, and he's kind of got a nice swag. I know exactly what you mean by that.
A couple quick follow-up questions from yesterday. You did make a change in the secondary. It seemed like Duke Shelley got more, Darion a little bit less. How do you see that corner depth chart shaking out coming back for the Seahawks?
We'll continue to look at it. I think, Duke did a nice job. DK, we want to see some more consistency out of his play. Obviously, Kobe Durant played the first 23 snaps of the game, ends up going out towards the latter part of that game, and then Duke ended up coming in. You're seeing Quentin Lake get more significant snaps. It was good to get John Johnson out there, and so I think we're seeing both of those guys. I think you see the depth of the safety position with both, Quentin Lake and John Johnson earning the right to be able to get some more opportunities. I thought they did a nice job yesterday. And then as it relates to the corner spot, I think having that competition and seeing those guys positively push one another will bring out the most in them.
Do you, when you think about football, do you have like certain snapshots in your heads of guys that make plays like throughout your life?
Yeah.
Okay, 3rd and 256 in the third, the play that Aaron made to get the sack, to get off. I just can't stop thinking about that. Split a double.
I know.
Chase down Jordan Love, dive out and make a play.
That was huge, because you keep it to, you keep it close right there when they're in a tight red area. And but those are the things that he does consistently. And so you never take it for granted. But the effort, the energy, just the passion that he plays with is why he's going to go down as one of the best to ever do this. If he plays another snap, right? If he never played another snap from here on out, he still continues to build on that legacy that he's going to leave for a long period of time. And, I'm grateful for Aaron. And that's where, you just want to do, you want to keep, all right, let's keep pushing the envelope because you want to see guys like him and the rest of these players and the coaches, get some of these results that we're hunting up because, there's opportunities for us to do it, and then we got to make it come to life when we get these chances.
That's what I meant. I don't know what normal looks like anymore. You know what I mean? Because I've seen that.
Right.
So when I see a normal play, it's just like, oh, you must stink. No, that's a normal NFL play. That, what I just saw, is special.
He's spoiled us for years, that's for sure.
Big time.
That was the other play I wanted to highlight.
Yeah.
I think our audience deserves to see it again via replay, and also because how can you not compete coming back off the bye when you have that force of nature
no doubt
in your building? I know that's the plan. Rest up, recharge yourself, you and your coaching staff. Enjoy the time away, and looking forward to the second half.
One more. I got the riot act from my wife.
Yeah.
I told her that you had a baby.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's the baby's name? Jordan John, right?
Yeah.
How much does the baby weigh? I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me.
He was right around like 7 pounds,
7
just
pounds.
under that, so, but they lose weight. I didn't know this. They actually lose weight after they come out and you initially weigh them. So then you got to get them back up to their normal weight. But I'll tell you this, he's been eating a lot, so he should be gaining some weight. Mom's keeping him well fed.
Susie, you hear that? There, good.
There you go.
How's your diaper change transition time?
It's not good right now. My first experience with that, it was a total mess last week. She says it was the worst that he's had. It's the only one that I had, and I said, well, oh my goodness.
Repetition.
You got to stomach yourself for that.
Growth mindset.
That's exactly right.
Bye week. For Sean McVay, for D'Marco Farr, I'm JB Long. Enjoy your bye week as well. Looking forward to the second half of this schedule with the 23 Rams. As always, the Coach McVay Show, presented by Microsoft Surface.